Wolf Gang, we back in this thing. Hope everybody having a blessed day. I got a new video for y'all. I got 7 signs that you're a natural born leader. Let's be honest, not everybody are leaders. Not everybody can be leaders, right? But some people do have leadership qualities and they just don't know it yet. So I'm here to break it down for you a little bit. Because you probably a leader. You could possibly be a leader and you just don't know it, right? All right, let's do it. First one, people will gravitate towards you naturally, right? And they will ask you questions because they want your opinion. When people see you as a leader, they hold your opinion in high regard. They want to know what you think about certain situations. Me personally, I got people at work who come up to me about like relationship problems, you know, different situations they going through outside of work. And I don't be knowing why they do it, but I just kind of give them my opinion and try to help them the best I can. And that's what you do as a leader. You may not have the answer to what to what their problem is or what they're looking for. You may not know the answer, but just your opinion by itself, they hold in high regard. So that's part of being a leader. Number 2, you know where you're heading in life. You have direction, right? Part of being a leader is leading your own life. You gotta know where you're going. Ain't nobody gonna follow you if you don't even know where you're going. How you gonna lead somebody and you don't know where you're going, right? So you gotta chase after your own dreams. You gotta chase after your own purpose, right? You gotta be willing to take risks, to do your own thing, to go after what you want, right? And in turn, when people see that make them want to chase theirs. That make them want to follow you, right? It's like if you climbing a mountain and you know exactly, you've done it before. You know where to go. You know what you need to get up there, right? You know what's expected. And so people gonna be willing to follow you. They like, oh shit, he climbed a mountain before. He seems like he know what he doing. He got direction. So let me get my ass up and follow him. That's how people do, right? If you got direction, you allow other people to find their direction, all right? Number 3, you have great character about yourself, meaning you're self-disciplined, you have integrity, you stand up for what's right, no matter what, right? It's part of being a leader, even if you don't feel like it. That's part of it, all right? And you're slow to anger. You have to be slow to anger as a leader, and you have to have patience because sometimes things ain't gonna go your way. But when they don't go your way, what you gonna do? Flip out, go crazy, and give up? No, you gotta be calm, cool, collected. Because as a leader, people look up to you. They're gonna look to you to be that rock. Everybody could be flipping out, going crazy, but you must remain stoic. You must be that rock as a leader. All right. Next one, you're able to see people's strengths and weaknesses and put them in positions to succeed. So let's say you're working on a group project in school for my youngins, or let's say you at work and y'all got a group thing going on, right? And you in charge. Well, you know everybody's strengths and weaknesses, so you're gonna put them in what area they're best at, right? Including yourself. You have to know your own strengths and weaknesses, because if you know your weaknesses, then that means you could get somebody who maybe your weakness is their strength, right? So they could complement you and they could help you out, right? So that's part of being a leader. You got to know your own strengths and weaknesses, and you got to know others, Next one, you're not afraid to stand alone and to stand on what you believe in. You don't fall pressure to what society says or what anybody expects of you. You think outside the box, you do your own thing. A lot of times people be scared and they just want to fit in and be like sheep and, follow what everybody else is doing. But no, if you don't believe a certain thing and everybody else believes it, you don't have to just, well, everybody else believes it, let me just fall in line. No, it's better to stick out. Don't try to fit in. Stick out. Do you. Because by you sticking out, you may start a whole new wave, right? Because all it takes is for people to see you doing something a different way, and they're like, wow, it can be done that way. I don't have to do it like everybody else is doing. I can do certain things this way. I can do it my way, right? So that's part of being a leader. You do things your way, right? Okay, number 6, you have to be a problem solver. You have to have a solution-based mindset. That's a big thing. When a problem arises, do you just, oh no, I don't know what to do. Oh, help me, help me. Or are you thinking of solutions? Do you analyze the situation and move accordingly? That's what a leader does. Okay, we got this situation. All right, let's see. What can I do? What can we do? How are we gonna solve this? Whoop-de-whoop. And you go about your business that way. You know, you don't just freak out, panic. Oh, somebody help me. You running everywhere. You don't know what to do. You give up. You feel bad for yourself. No, being a leader, you realize, oh, it's a problem? That's okay. We gonna get through it like we got through everything else, right? It's always gonna be problems. You always gonna have to deal with stuff. You use the problems as stepping stones to get to where you're trying to go. And that's how a leader looks at it. Okay, last sign, right? You treat everyone the same. You have to treat everyone the same as a leader, right? Meaning, it don't matter if it's the boss or the janitor. You got to treat them the same. Because everybody plays a role in the big picture. Everybody stars in their own role. The janitor is just important as, you know, your supervisor, right? You feel me? Because the janitor making sure everything clean. Yeah, you could be at work, but what? You want to work in a dirty environment? So the janitor has an important part to play. Even like if you out to eat, how you treat like the waitress or the waiter, you know, people who can't do nothing for you. That's a big thing. Leaders treat people who can't do nothing for them the exact same way as they treat somebody who can do something for them. That's the bottom line, you know. And when people see that you treat everyone equally, they respect you more because they know he ain't got no favorites. You got to bring it. You got to be on your work. It no matter who you are. That's one thing I used to hate playing sports, playing football in high school, right? The coaches would have their little favorites, you know, who they cater to because the parents paid money to the boosters or this and that. And then it would just mess everything up. The team wouldn't even be good because you're not putting in the actually talented players. You putting in your personal favorites, right? So that's the same thing in life. You can't play favorites, you know, when you leading people. You got to treat everyone the same, right? All right, so those were 7 signs that you're a natural born leader. If you got some of these signs, you may be on to something, right? You may be on to something. So really take heed and don't sell yourself short.